Hi friends. Today I am going to talk with you something which is very important for everybody, and it's a basic necessity of a human life, and that is food. And my hummingbird friends and my blue jay friends, I think they remember that when I was working with them during lunchtime every day, I was trying to tell you like why we should not waste food, because it's like there are lots of things including in this. It's like you have lots of food options on your table. That is because your parents are doing hard work to get that food from the market. That farmers really work hard in the farms to bring those food in the market, so it's a long process, and it's like a hard work of lots of people involved in that. So that's why we should not waste a single tiny piece of food. Okay, so try to do that. It's a very good habit. If you are eating all of your food, you are respecting food, in that way you are respecting our nature, you are respecting your parents. So lots of things involved in that. Okay, so and it's a big process. Do you know how your food comes on your table from a farm? So today, for that, we are going to read this book together. It's a really good book. I really like this book. The name of this book is Curious George, Farm to Table. How that food come to your table from a farm. Okay? George was helping his friend Marco make his famous tortillas for his Obla's birthday dinner. George reached for a bag on the windowsill, but it accidentally fell to the ground. Don't worry, George. That's the masa or cornmeal. We use it to make tortilla. I'm sure we have more. Marco looked in the cupboard. Uh-oh, I thought we had more. George had an idea. He knew exactly where they could find the masa Marco needed. They walked to the local grocery store and asked the store clerk, Massa? Oh, I'm sorry, I just sold the last bag. But I promised my grandmother I would make tortillas for her birthday, said Marco. Beep beep, you are in luck. The delivery man is here, said the store clerk. My uncle Enric, Marco exclaimed. Let's ask him for more masa. Uncle Enric, today is Ablo's birthday. I want to make her tortillas, but I don't have any masa, said Marco. No masa? I don't have any on my truck, but I know where we can get some, said Uncle Enric. My job is to deliver food from the warehouse to the grocery store, Uncle Enric explained. Let's drive to the warehouse to get some more masa. Unfortunately, the warehouse manager said didn't have any. I'm waiting for a shipment, but hold on. She took them to a different part of warehouse. You might find one bag up there, she said, pointing to the top shelf. Luckily, George was an expert. clamber. When he reached the top, he saw the massa. George had saved the day. With the bag tucked under his arm, George started to climb down the shelf. Wait, George, toss the massa to me, shouted Uncle. I'll catch it. George tossed the bag. Just then, the warehouse manager yelled, Watch out! To another employee. Distracted uncle looked away and the bag fell to the ground and burst open. Oopsies! As they left the warehouse, Uncle Eric said, I'm sorry, Marco. Abila won't have tortilla for her birthday. It's all my fault. They climbed back into the delivery truck. George looked at the back of the empty bag. He pointed to the picture. George, you're right. That's the mill where they make the masa. There is even an address and it's not too far away. They decided to drive to the mill. Inside the mill, a worker showed them how masa is made. Grains like corn and wheat come into the mill and are cleaned and inspected. Then the grains are put into the grinder and come out as cornmeal or flour. Next, it is sifted to remove the parts we don't need. Finally, the cornmeal is bagged and shipped to the warehouse. Do you see how long process is that? Could we have one bag of masa? Asked Uncle. I'm sorry. Our corn comes from local farmers, but there wasn't enough rain this year, and the drought delayed the corn harvest. No corn, no masa. George knew a local farmer who grew corn. He even stored rainwater for his crops. That's a very smart option, right? George pointed the way to the Rankins's farm. Thanks to my water tank, we stored enough water to get through the season. I harvested corn all day today, said Farmer Rankins. Farmer Rankins was happy to help. He gave them fresh and dried corn. They took the dried corn to the mill where it was grounded into masa and put into bag. While Uncle Enric took the bags to the warehouse to be packaged for the grocery store, George and Marco took one bag home to make tortillas. George now understood that the food in the store came from farmers like his friend Mr. Rankins. At last, Marco was able to make his famous tortillas for his Abuela's birthday dinner. The whole family loved them. George did too. So you can do a fun activity at your home too. If you have a cartoon like this, and if you have soil and vegetable seeds, you just need those things with water, plastic wrap or clear plastic wrap. What do you need to do? You need to fill each egg slot with soil. Place one seed into each slot. Make sure the seed is covered with soil. Water each seed so that the soil is damp but not watery. Cover with plastic wrap and set on a sunny windows aisle. If the soil starts to look dry, uncover the carton and add water. Wait and check for the little green sprout. Once the plants are big enough, transfer them to a large container or a garden. So, did you see? It's a big, long process, and in that way, that food comes on your table. So, I know you are not going to waste any more food, and I hope you like this book, okay? So, if you like it, you can um, watch this video again and again, and you can search about more things about food and how to not waste food, how to recycle things, how to help your environment, how to um, grow new plants. So it's all of those are really fun and learning activities. So do this and enjoy.